Hi, this is Richard Myers, or, if you read the biography, Newton Richard Huntley Myers, the Christian names given to me by my parents to make absolutely certain that I would not be taken for being Jewish. Reasons for that you will find if you read the biography. Whether they're valid or not is entirely up to you to decide. I started to write this just after my Aunt Rose died. She's mentioned in the biography, my father's sister, and she was the elder of the family, and in fact lived to be almost 99. She was about 6 weeks short when she died. A wonderful lady, married late in life, and one of the names that I'm given was her husband's name, Huntley. He was actually my godfather. She lived in Ealing in a big old house, lived there almost to the end, although she did have a stroke and had to move out. But I felt that when she died, the family links had really gone. There was nobody of that generation left. There was nobody to ask anything. She was able to give me some information, but of course one doesn't think of it at the time. One should ask a lot more questions, and my advice to anybody who's considering writing an autobiography or a history of the family, ask questions, look for documents, look for photographs, get dates on photographs. I have a huge stock of photographs, most of which I have no idea who they are or when they were taken. In a lot of places they're guesswork. Obviously you can get a lot of information from the official sources, various censuses, and there are certain programs out on the internet that will help you find people. But there is no substitute for getting family experiences. A small example, when my sister was alive, there was a child between my sister and I. And I asked my sister one day, not too many years before she died, did he live long enough to be christened? And she said, oh, yes, he was christened, yes. So I said, what? And she said, Gervais. I said, Gervais? What a strange name. Why would he be called Gervais? She said, I have no idea, but that's what he was known as. So I said, oh, well, there you go, it's one of those things. Many years later, through various connections, I got a family tree of the Elwood family, which is my grandmother on my mother's side, my maternal grandmother's family. And lo and behold, Gervais is scattered throughout, back through the generations. So that just shows you how these things you need to ask. And I guess if I'd thought about it, I would have asked my mother when she was alive why her second-born, it would be, my brother who didn't survive, was called Gervais. In fact, her brother was called Gervais. I'm currently trying to find out a little more about him, and in due course it will be published in the biography. Anyway, back to the biography. Very briefly, it's in a series of decades, starting in 1932, first 7 years, and then thereafter each 10-year chunk details my life as best I can remember it, with photographs where possible and the odd video thrown in for good measure. A lot of it will be very boring, but it was my life, and it's been a very full life and a, generally speaking, happy life. I would have liked to have been able to restore the Myers family fortunes to their former glory. You can read about that in the beginnings chapter. My grandfather on my father's side was an extremely wealthy man. I am not, incidentally, and unlikely to be now. I'm now aged 78, well, at least I will be in less than a month. Actually, a month today, because this is the 7th of December, 2009, and I will be 78 in January next, which is just a few weeks off now. I hope you find something in the autobiography to interest you. If not, don't bother with it. If you have an interest in model railways, there's a huge section chronicling my activities in that field over the very many years, going back as far as 1947, which is quite a while ago, as you'll figure. I don't do much in it now, but I still have a model railway and I'm still interested in it. Other than that, I think the autobiography says it all. I'd like to thank all those people who've been very helpful, particularly of late, where I've dug up, not literally, but metaphorically speaking, dug up a number of relatives and relatives of relatives, relations of relatives, wives of husbands who were directly related. And I'm still in the process of doing that. So this is being made obviously before the autobiography's finished, because I'm still around to finish it. When it stops, then it means I've stopped. So you can have this little movie as a memory, if that's any good to you. So there you go. It's called a small... No, it's not. It was going to be called A Small Life, but that didn't seem very original. So I called it A Proper Job. And that's a statement that was made by my bank manager way back in the 70s, when I was independent and went freelance, and was talking to him about getting an overdraft to buy a car, actually. And he said, you know, Mr. Myers, really ought to get a proper job, you know, a job with a pension scheme and a regular salary and a company car and all those sort of things, not this sort of freelance thing, whatever it is you do. So I thought proper job, that sort of summed it up. I went independent way back in, I don't even remember, 70-something, I think it was, early 70s. It'll be in the autobiography anyway, I can't remember the date. And I did go back and work for somebody when I came to Canada. This is being dictated or recorded in Canada, by the way, in Burlington. It's Tuesday morning, the 7th of December, and it's about 11:30 in the morning. And now I think it's time I went and made a cup of coffee and stopped all this idle prattle. So, read on, good reader. Hopefully enjoy, and don't take it too seriously, because life is just a bit of a joke, really. See ya. Bye.